what happened. During a contempo adventure of Jimmy Fallon's Backward Night Show, Donald Trump erupted in a acrimonious barter with Fallon that larbored the alive admirers abashed and amusing media buzzing. The ostriction began back Fallon apprenticed. Trump on a alternation of arguable statements and action decisions, allurement, acicular questions that Trump responded to with arresting frustration. What started as the accepted account bound escalated into exact battle with Trump arresting. Fallon assorted times and adopting his voice, creating an answerable atmosphere on stage. Viewers acclaimed that the acuteness of the barter was unusual, akin by backward night standards, signaling built-in disagreements amid the host's curve of analytic and Trump's access to arresting his record. The affray drew actual absorption. Online with clips, activity viral and sparking boundless agitation over the boundaries of political interviews and the dynamics of a live television. Analysts advised in on the acceptation of such confrontations, suggesting that Trump's acknowledgement reflected both his antagonistic appearance and a media ambiance more focused on affecting attention-grabbing moments. Amusing media users breach into camps with some praising Trump for continuing his arena, while others criticized his disability to advance a chord during a live interview. Account outlets covered the adventure abundantly accoutrement analysis. Able commentary and eyewitness reactions added amplifying the ability of the confrontation. The barter has now become a case abstraction in media circles, analytical how high-profile abstracts handle boxy questions in an accessible appointment, and the impulse of a live television on accessible perception. The adventure additionally reignited conversations about the access of backward night shows in abstraction political narratives and accessible opinion, assuming how a distinct alive barter can boss account and online discussions for days. Overall, the ablaze battle amid Trump and Fallon served as a brusque admonition of the animation of alive interviews and the comedy that generally accompanies political address on ball platforms. Afterward, the atomic moment on Jimmy Fallon's show, the after effects has been broadly discussed above account outlets, amusing media, and political annotation platforms. Clips of the battle-bound circulated, accumulation millions of angle oral. Hours as audiences analyzed every gesture, tone, and abeyance amid Trump and Fallon. Experts accent the acuteness of the barter as emblematic of Trump's abiding media persona, acquainted his addiction to acknowledge aggressively back-questioned about acute topics. Many commentators debated whether Fallon's account appearance contributed to the escalation, with some arguing that the host's acicular questions were advised to abet an acknowledgement for television ratings, while others maintained that Trump's acknowledgement was asymmetric and unprofessional. The adventure additionally sparked conversations about the role of backward night shows in political discourse, illustrating how ball platforms accept to become arenas for austere political debate, generally abashing the curve amid account advantage and televised performance. Political analysts acicular out that such high-profile clashes access accessible perception, abstraction narratives about the personalities complex, and their access to advice beneath pressure. On amusing media, hashtags accompanying to the battle trended globally with users analytic the moments of tension, cogent abutment or criticism, and akin creating memes that added a amusing ambit to the austere exchange. Journalists covered the accident extensively, publishing assessment pieces, interviews with media experts, and roundups of eyewitness reactions to accommodate ambience and acumen into the broader implications of Trump's behavior on a live television. The chat about the adventure has connected to evolve, emphasizing the ability of viral media moments to amplify accessible analysis and the means in which arresting abstracts administer or abort to administer the pressures of actuality in the spotlight. Overall, the fallout from Trump's ablaze barter with Fallon highlights the circle of politics, entertainment, and media access in the avant-garde accessible sphere, reinforcing how alive television moments can bound, amplify into civic discussions with far-reaching impact. In the hours afterward, the confrontation, political commentators, media analysts, and admirers akin dissected every aspect of the barter amid Donald Trump and Jimmy Fallon. Account outlets provided abundant recaps, emphasizing the acuteness and abruptness with which Trump absolved off the set, framing it as the attenuate moment of arresting annoyance from the above president. Media experts altercate the implications for both Trump's angel and Fallon's credibility, debating whether such exchanges reflect 18-carat restriction or are strategically crafted for viewership. Amusing media platforms exploded with reactions. Alignment from abuse to amusement as clips of the argument went viral and bound became meme fodder. Analysts acclaimed that incidents like this highlight the aerial antithesis Backward Night show's cross amid ball and austere political altercation. Area a distinct misstep can boss account and access accessible opinion. The adventure additionally sparked debates amid political circles about the account of confrontational interviews and whether accessible abstracts should acknowledge to advancing questions with accord or disengagement. Interviews with media advisors underscored how alive television exposes celebrities and politicians to actual accessible scrutiny, amplifying both acclaim and criticism in absolute time. Admirers of both Trump and Fallon aggregate allegory perspectives, with some arresting Trump's acknowledgement as a justified acknowledgement to annoying analytic, while others criticized it as awkward behavior for a above arch of state. The barter became a trending affair above assorted amusing platforms with hashtags accompanying to the show, the host, and Trump's acknowledgement assertive chat threads. Account programs and online publications connected to awning reactions from political analysts, journalists, and the accepted public, illustrating how a distinct televised battle can accomplish abiding media attention. Ultimately, the affray underscored the evolving dynamics of televised interviews area, entertainment, politics, and accessible acumen bisect to actualize moments of viral acceptation that bell far above the aboriginal broadcast. The fallout from EC. The adventure connected into the afterward canicule with Backward Night appearance hosts referencing the barter. In their monologues, generally aggregate amusement with appraisal to animadversion on Trump's brusque departure. Assessment pieces and editorials dissected the broader implications for both political address and media responsibility. Analytic. Whether the confrontational appearance of analytic contributes to elusive chat, or alone provokes affecting moments. For ratings. Amusing media users created endless memes and acknowledgement videos, anniversary capturing altered angles of the incident, which fueled debates about Trump's attitude and the attributes of alive interviews. Accessible relations experts analyzed the situation, discussing how such televised clashes appulse the accessible figure's image, potentially animating supporters while alienating detractors. Meanwhile, Fallon's aggregation issued statements emphasizing the absorbed of the account as admiring yet probing, aiming to analyze the ambience and advance journalistic integrity. The adventure additionally drew absorption from Backward Night television peers, some of whom commented on the challenges of hosting high-profile abstracts with able personalities, highlighting the aerial antithesis amid ball and accountability. Analysts acicular out that such moments generally acknowledge basal tensions amid political abstracts and the media, confined as beam credibility that brighten broader civic conversations about leadership, civility, and accessible perception. The adventure prompted discussions in media studies circles about the belief of alive broadcasting, decidedly apropos how producers administer capricious reactions and the albatross to the examination audience. In addition, commentators compared Trump's acknowledgement to actual precedents of guests walking off alive television, evaluating similarities and differences in accessible and media responses. Overall, the adventure became a case abstraction in the circle of politics, media, and accepted culture, demonstrating how a distinct acrimonious barter can echo above assorted platforms and access accessible address for canicule afterwards the event.